And I'm back. So while we were gone, figured out the solution to the puzzle. It just came to me. Let's open it up. Puzzle index. Do I have to go back and like physically see a puzzle? I can't just do it from there? Okay, fine. I guess you can only do completed puzzles from there. Alright, well, anyway, it occurred to me. This is a goddamn trick question. Yeah, it's a trick question. Yeah, it's only worth 45. I'm fine. Input answer. 1, 0, 0, 0.
How does this sound?
Knew it!
Save the day!
399 pickets. Okay. You can expect the corresponding number of red and black cards to show up between the piles 1,000 times out of 1,000 tries. There are 26 cards of every color in a 52 card deck. If you form 2 piles of 26 randomly selected cards from this deck, number of red cards in pile A is equal to the 26 cards minus number of black cards in pile A. In pile B, the situation is reversed. No matter how the cards are divided, number of red cards in pile A will be equal to number of black cards in pile B and vice versa. So for example, stack A, let's say spade and clubs equals 10 cards. Therefore, total of heart and diamond is 16. In which case, the total of spade and clubs in B is 16. And heart and diamond must be 10. Of course. Anytime this game gives you a problem that you think is way too complicated for its age group, targeted age group, remember that it didn't. There's a logical, simple solution. Not always simple. I guess that's the wrong word for it. There is a logical solution that doesn't require overthinking. My number one problem is overthinking. My entire life. Number one problem is overthinking. So this will be a fun exercise, this entire game series. Alright, we got it, though. I'm proud of me. I'm proud of me. You're proud of me? I don't care. I'm proud of me. Alright, let's talk to the kitty. Ah, Fluffy, check. Purple bow, check. Sullen expression, check. No doubt about it, that's Claudia. Good eye, Luke. Now that we have located her, the question at hand is how to go about catching her. Leave this to me, Professor. Ah yes, I'd forgotten you have a way with animals. Well, go right ahead then. Here, Claudia, here, girl. Whoa. Quite a way with animals there, Luke. Aye! Luke, are you alright? I'm sorry I wasn't much help, Professor. She's far feistier than I imagined. Poor Luke. Hey, there's a guy here. Yeah. Yes, I saw the cat. She almost scratched out your eye. Help catch her, you say? Thanks, but no thanks. I like living. Do you see that ferocious beast? I'm not going anywhere near her. Could you at least tell us the direction she ran off? I saw that killer scurry off westward. She had fangs the size of daggers. Westward it is, then. Oh, I almost forgot. We ought to visit the local inn and see if we can procure some rooms for the night. Sounds good to me, Professor. I was certain I saw an inn near the entrance to the village, just south of the Plaza Inn. Let's head over there right now and see if we can't set up some lodging. Okay, guess we're going to the inn. You! So how's things going? Learn the ins and outs of St. Mysteria. Yep, solving puzzles the only way to get by here. That's what the villagers value most. So what about a puzzle right now? A little practice will keep you from embarrassing yourselves in front of others later. Too late. As die-hard non-conformist myself, I'm a sucker for any puzzle where you need to find the odd man out. Puzzle number 17. 5-card shuffle. 30 picarettes. That's a bad sign. 3 of the 4 images shown below are the exact same pictures rotated in a variety of ways. You find the odd one out. Okay. So let's take it one at a time. Heart facing up and out. heart facing out. Rotate it 90 degrees, and you get that heart. Rotate it 90 degrees, you get that heart. 90 degrees, that heart. So the heart doesn't matter. Club, facing inward. Rotate it 90 degrees. Doesn't match here, because that's rotated 180. Oh wait, there's another club. Never mind. 2 clubs on the corners. Okay, so there's going to be a club to the left and right of the heart, both facing inward. One at a right angle, one at a right angle. Okay. Right angle, right angle, right angle, right angle. Okay, so the clubs all look like they check out. Spade, pointing towards the heart. Pointing towards the heart, pointing towards the heart, pointing towards the heart. Diamond, pointing towards the club, pointing towards the club, pointing towards the club, pointing towards the club. Huh, okay. So it's more complicated than that. Got it. Oh, you have to worry about above and below. Like what card's above, what card's below. Right, so small club, club is at the very bottom. In every single one of these, there's a club at the very bottom. Okay. Spade points towards that. Spade points towards it. No! In every single one, the spade points towards the club that's the lowest. It doesn't do so here, so it's got to be D.
How does this sound? Layton's apprentice saves the day!
Good job. The puzzle's fairly straightforward, but catching the subtle difference in the picture can take a while. See, A and B and C are all exactly the same. And then D is the one, when you rotate it the right way, looks different because the club is below and that club's above. Yeah, you certainly showed that puzzle who's boss, didn't you? Seems the training I've been giving you has paid off. Feel free to thank me any way you see fit. Well, be seeing you around. Painting scrap. 5-card shuffle added to puzzle index. But I'm still missing some puzzles, aren't I? Alright, well, let's go ahead and take care of the painting. We're still not really in a situation where we can tell too much. I don't know if this is supposed to be rotated or what, so let's just keep it on the painting for now. Now, I don't know if you can miss things in this game. Some rascal made off with Crank with the village drawbridge. For the moment, it seems we are unable to leave St. Mystere. Though we're still looking for the cat, I've decided we make lodging arrangements before it gets too late. I recall seeing an inn around the village entrance. So we're still missing a part in our little book here. Let's save. Which is fine. That happens. Don't think we got to... Whoopsie, it took me straight inside. I was about to say I don't think we got to look for hidden coins yet. Keep looking. Ignore the lady. Oh, hey, look, is there a puzzle here? Look, a hidden puzzle. I'm beginning to hate these hidden puzzles. My Beloved. Puzzle number 112, worth 50 picarets. A work from a famous artist was recently discovered. The painting is a self-portrait of the painter in his later years entitled My Beloved. Assuming the artist wasn't a huge narcissist referring to himself, his beloved should appear in the painting somewhere. Can you find his beloved? Move the different section of the picture around with your stylus. Touch the arrow icons to rotate the picture sections. We formed your answer, tap submit. Okay. So it's definitely not as simple as turn it upside down. This is like one of those, what are they called? The optical illusions. Yeah. Alright, this one... Huh. This is actually kind of tricky. So let's fix this, shall we? That does it! Look at the negative space! See? You can see a woman. That's really cool! That's a negative space puzzle.
I think I've got it.
No? Wait, what?
I've let you down, Professor.
No, that's totally it. It's a negative space puzzle. It looks just like there's somebody there. Huh. Oh, there's more to it. There's more to it, definitely. That looks more right. But what's this little tuft? This little tuft on the back worries me. But now it looks like she has like a boob. Look, don't make fun of me. That looks more correct though.
Well, here's my guess.
Okay, we got it.
I did it! Yes!
That's right. The silhouette of the artist's true love is hidden in the painting. The painting must have been a tribute to the love for her, or for himself. Easy peasy. Now let's find more puzzles. Alright, well, I guess that's all the coins I'm gonna find. Oh, hello there! Welcome to the inn in St. Mystere. The only inn in town, you know. See, visitors to our village are quite rare. Ah, good day, madam. We seek lodging for the night. Do you have any open rooms we could rent? Oh my stars! What terrible timing! We're currently remodeling all our guest rooms. The only rooms left are in the attic, but if you don't mind that, I'll make sure you're very comfortable. I do hope you'll stay with us. It's been a while since a fine gentleman since yourself has stayed with us. The rooms are not very big, but I'll make sure they sparkle. Can you come back in a bit? I'll do my best to get 2 normal rooms ready for you as soon as possible. Oh, thank you, but you needn't trouble yourself on my behalf. As long as I have a bed to sleep in, I'm satisfied. Ah, yes, about that. Oh, what terrible luck. See, all the beds are out being refurbished. But don't worry, Mama Beatrice is gonna take good care of you two. I'll even drop the nightly rate. The inn option is behind a trunk. The inn is a puzzle in which you arrange items in Luke's and the professor's rooms. I'm sorry, what? You obtain a new item for Luke or the professor, you'll be asked where you want to put it. Always rearrange the items, so don't worry too much about where you first put an item. When the room is too full to take on new items, the item will go to the room with available space. Here's something to make the place feel more like home. Lacquered stool. Let's go to Layton's. Okay. So this game has a lot more like puzzles within puzzles than I thought. You can place furnishings you collect in either Luke's or Professor Layton's room. Just allows to move an item. When you move an item, it appears on the top screen in the room in which you place it. The actual location of the item in the room is decided for you. Both Luke and Layton will comment on how the furnishing of the rooms is coming along. Your goal is to arrange the ideal living space for both of them. You can check how they feel about the rooms by tapping their icon in the touchscreen. Each time you obtain a new item, it'll be asked which room you want to put it in. You can always go back and change the layout of items, so don't think too hard about their locations. Get a new item when one of the rooms is full, be sent to a room where remain in space. When both Luke and Professor are completely satisfied with their living quarters, something good will happen. This place still seems still rather empty, huh? Like, it wouldn't be very comfy to sit on. No good. What a dump. So they both just don't like this place right now. My room is barren. I need furniture right away. Okay, so I just need more furniture right now. Saving! Okay, well, I'll leave then. I better get back to searching for Claudia, Professor. Let's look for hint coins. Because I don't remember if I did before. No, nothing. Let's go this way. Oh, the drawbridge is back up! That bridge appears to be the only way out of St. Mystere. It seems that we're confined in a town for a moment. Oh my. To make matters worse, it seems no one can find the crank to lower the bridge. Well then, my boy, all we can do is wait. Let's attend to our business in the village. Not even the Layton mobile could make it across the river, huh? But of course, much as I adored the contraption, it's just a car. Haha, Luke, our little exchange reminded me of a wonderful puzzle about cars. Why don't you give it a try? How many puzzles you have had in that hat of yours, Layton? Parking lot gridlock. Oh no. The Layton mobile, the professor's pride and joy, is stuck behind several of the cars trying to exit the crowded parking lot. They're so tight, though, that each car can only move forward and backward with respect to the direction it's currently facing. Use your stylus to direct traffic and guide the red car to the exit. Touch the car in front or back to move it. Cars can only move forward or backward. Move the gray cars out of the way so Professor's car can exit a lot. I've got 3 cars that are the problem right now. Okay, and they go all the way when you move them. Oh, wait. Damn, I messed up. It's actually a tad bit more complicated than I thought. Oh, now I can't get back. Okay, I think I see part of the problem. Let's move you and you back. You back. No, that doesn't work, does it? I don't care how it's counting how many turns I'm supposed to do it in. I don't care! Alright. So let's move you there, you there. I'm trying to think. That doesn't really help me right there, though, does it? Yeah, that does nothing for me. Let's restart. Okay. So to get there, I have to get this car, and this car out of the way. However, this car only needs to be temporarily out of the way, doesn't it? Give me a moment. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to take care of my parents' dog a bit. He's being whiny. Alright, but this prevents me from moving these cars, and I can't get this one out of the way. And that's a problem. Restart. This one's a toughie. This one's a toughie. Ignore that.
How does this sound? I did it! Yes!
Woo! Yay me! Good job clearing out traffic. Now try to solve this puzzle again in the fewest number of movements possible. If you're really good, you should be able to do so in 14 moves. Pretty sure mine was not 14. That takes care of the puzzle. I do wonder when we'll be able to get back to the my automobile. Hey, we found a strange gizmo. Parking lot gridlock. Alright, let me double check the puzzles we found. Let's put the gizmo in, of course. Boom! Journal. Back to chasing Claudia. I could assume what it's going to say. We're back to chasing the cat now that we have the inn set up. 9, so I still need 10, 12, and 13. So I'm gonna go back. Wait, hold on. Let me check what puzzles were that we've seen. One Poor Pooch. So that was the one that got run over by the car. Arc and Line. That was the one about the circle. Location, Manor Foyer, Manor Parlor. So I have to go back to the Manor. Let's see if it'll let me. Alright, so it lets me go back to the Manor. Good. So, if we're in the Manor Foyer, and this is the Manor Parlor, that means it's either in here or there. Why are you still here? My precious Claudia's out there alone. Blah blah blah. Give me another puzzle. Oh hey, I found a hint coin. Just gonna click around. I'm not finding anything. No puzzles. I think I had to talk to people in a specific order, and I didn't. So let's go ahead and look at the puzzle index. I'm also missing 12 and 13. Which general store? So maybe they're in the general store? Oh, hey! Found another puzzle. Huh? Look, there's a hole in that boat there. Oh, Professor, that reminds me, have you ever heard the one about the sinking ship? Puzzle number 13, sinking ship. 30 picarets. SOS, 15 people are trapped aboard a ship that's going to sink in exactly 20 minutes. Their only chance for survival is the 5-person life raft stowed in their vessel. To make matters worse, the water around the ship is teeming with man-eating sharks, so swimming for safety is out of the question. A round trip to the nearest island and back to the boat. It's 9 minutes on the raft. How many people will live to see dry land? Okay, a round trip to the nearest island and back takes about 9 minutes. So you'd be able to make 3 trips. Because you'd take 9 people. Oh, wait. Somebody has to row the boat back. So 5 people leave. 1 person comes back. 4 new people leave. One person comes back. And then 4 more people can leave, and then the boat sinks. So 5 plus 4 is 9, plus 4 more is 13. So 13.
That should do it. Every puzzle has an answer.
Nicely done. A moment of silence for the 2 who didn't make it, please. See, first there's 5 going there, but then -1 to come back. And 5 more. And then 4 more go, 1 comes back. Then 5 plus 4 plus 4. So yeah. My logic was sound. Cool. Wow, great answer, Professor. Took me 5 times as long to get that one. Right, so we still haven't found 12. So I think 12 might be in here. No, there's nothing interesting to click on here. I guess I've just missed it. Okay, well, back to finding the cat. Wait a minute, what's this? Guess that probably had a hint coin in it at some point. Whoa! Whoa! Let me find some hint coins first. Ferris wheel, quite a large one at that. A park, huh? Hey, hint coin. Oh, hey, I found a puzzle. Look, Professor, I found a hidden puzzle. Not more hidden puzzles. Why hidden puzzles? Why? Number 111. Mystery item. Puzzles worth 40 picarets. Oh no! Not more matches. One of the 4 shapes below has one less match than the rest of them. While studying these 4 small shapes, your friend approaches you with a riddle. I'm thinking of something that is necessary for human life. It appears in just about every house you've ever visited, and decreases in amount gradually the longer it is around. What am I thinking of? Move one match in your picture to form the answer to your friend's puzzle. Wow. Necessary for human life. There's food, water, air, in just about every house you've ever visited. It appears in every house you've ever visited. It decreases in amount gradually the longer it is around. I'm just playing with the matches at the moment, so I'm not sure. Whoever this friend of mine is giving me this riddle is a jerk-ass. Okay, Thinking of something that is necessary for human life. It appears in just about every house you've ever visited. It decreases in amount gradually the longer it is around. I can only move one match to make this happen. This is tricky. Okay. Let's see. What kind of shapes can I make is sort of what I'm thinking of here. Whew. Okay, these secret puzzles, I'm totally willing to use hidden coins. The item you're after is necessary for human life, is found in most homes, and disappears gradually over time. The matches provide, but don't worry about arranging them in a picture. It's the idea you're after. Huh. Okay. But I can't think of what it's trying to say. Food, water, shelter, air. Disappears gradually over time. Food does, because you eat it. Am I trying to make a word? Is that it? Is it food? Yeah, the answer is food, isn't it? I can make ood. Make ood. How do I make it into the word food? How do I make the word food? Maybe it's not food. Maybe it's not food. Hmm. Decreases gradually the longer it's around. The last of the four shapes seems to be missing a match. Someone must have made it so it is food. What the hell? Cook, food. No, really, what the hell? 3 square meals a day. Judging by the matches here, somebody was trying to bring forth, but got full before finishing. Yeah, uppercase D. Someone... The last of the four shapes seems to be missing a match. Noob! There we go. Noob. Because I'm a puzzle noob. I'm bad at Layton. No. It looks like an uppercase D, but it's also missing a match, is what they said. See right here, the last of the four shapes seems to be missing a match. This one. This one seems to be missing a match. So where do we add it from? And what do we turn it into? How do you turn a uppercase D into something? Oh, I'm really stuck on this one. Okay. This is missing something. I'm trying to make a word. A concept, basically. Not a shape. A nook? Is it trying to say a nook? That doesn't make sense, though. Does it? Backwards K. Let's just submit this, see what happens.
Well, here's my guess.
No. Yeah, incorrect.
I've let you down, Professor.
You probably have this in your home as well. A little bit of it disappears every day. Of course, depending on the household, a lot can disappear in one day, too. I really don't know. I don't know what I'm doing right now, in case you're wondering. I'm just thinking. Well, looks like we're skipping this one. I don't want to spend an hour on a puzzle. We'll worry about that one later. Talk to these people. They probably have easier puzzles. Oh, I've just had it this time! I think I'm going to explode! Like a water balloon filled with rage! What's that? Why am I angry, you ask? Why am I angry? Lend me an ear, will you, guy? There are these 3 bozos in town and we just can't stand each other. It's so bad none of us want to see each other's ugly mugs. The St. Mystery ain't exactly a big place, right? Sometimes we cross paths on the way to work. Just like that, bam! Time for a screaming match. I sure do wish we could find a way to keep from bumping into each other in the mornings. Hang on now. You look like you had a good head on your shoulders. Do a guy a favor and help me with this. Uh-oh, unfriendly neighbors. Draw a path between one man's home and his work by connecting matching blocks. The catch is, these men can't stand each other, so you have to make sure that none of their paths touch. Make a path, all you need is tap a block and start drawing. Alright, so B has to go to B, D has to go to D, C has to go to C, and A has to go to A. So if A is going to go anywhere, let's make it go here. That way, it's not in anybody's way. C? Oops, no, this way. Take you all the way over here. Now, here's where things get complicated. I can't get around D. I can't get B to go around D. A moment. Alright, I apologize for the cut, or for the stop. I had to... My parents' dog is being a brat. Okay, let's clear, because I don't think this is working like that way. See, I don't think that's going to work unless... If I do this, I get B there. Then C... But now I've trapped A. Unless... No, stop that. This way. Still trapped A. This is more complicated than I thought. Still doesn't help. Can't exactly cross C, so clear. This just seems like it's kind of a must-do. But that's why it's a little too easy to do it that way. What happens if I do that? And this? and this. C is completely cut off. See, he would cross paths twice there. I just feel like this must happen. And that's probably where I'm running into my big problem. What happens if I make C do this number? Almost, but C can't do this, can't do this, can't do this. Yeah, everything gets messed up here at A. Now B's stuck. This would completely block off A. No, it wouldn't. See? That doesn't block off A at all. Huh. But now B's blocked. Isn't it? Thinking, thinking, thinking. No. Yeah, this does block things off quite badly, doesn't it? Let's get some hints. I think the puzzle is impossible, but rest assured it's not. The first thing you should try to do is connect any pair of blocks. It'll limit where your next path can go. B's route is shortest. Try enough times and you're sure to figure it out. Okay, so, boom, let's connect B. Connect A. Connect C. And where's the problem with D? D can't go this way. D can't get around. Okay, so what can I do to change that? Let's keep C the way it is. Let's see what my options are for A. Let's see what my options are for A if I do this. No, that completely blocks off C. Of course, that works just as well. Let's get another hint. Path between the B blocks is a straight line. D goes around to the north. D goes around to the north? Right, so A can do this. Not quite that, no. So A can do this. Then C can do this, okay. Yep, that's what I needed.
Do it. Another puzzle solved.
Alright. That's right. Now those guys will never have to look at each other. Good job. Ah, thanks a million, guy. If I didn't get back to work without blowing my stack. I really mean it, Pally. You're a lot smarter than you look. Oh yeah, let me clue you in. See that whole big mess tower beyond town square? Take a tip from me. You know what's good for you? You'll stay away from that thing. Yeah, well, right on. I'm off. Thanks again, buddy. Hey, strange gizmo. I'm sorry to trouble you, madam, but have you seen the white cat run by? A white cat? Ah yes, it ran out that way toward the park. May I ask what you planning to do with it once you find it? We are going to take it back to Lady Dahlia. It's her cat, and she asked us to bring it to her. Ah, you're gonna try and catch the cat barehanded? Good heavens. That's a bit naive, don't you think? Listen here, cats love treats, so try luring it over with some food. What do you suggest? I've got some old fish bones around here that that I'm sure the little thing would go wild over. I'd be happy to give them to you if you solved this puzzle for me. Sure thing, madam. Pig pen partitions. 30 piglets. 7 prize-winning pigs are lazing about in the pen. To make sure that the pigs don't fight with each other, you decide to section off the pen with 3 ropes. Can you hitch the ropes up to some of the posts shown below and separate each pig from its neighbor? Remember, not even a snout or curly tail can sneak over each participant. Drag the stylus from one point to another, draw a line. When you finish sectioning off pigs, press submit. So... 3 ropes to separate all of them? That doesn't seem like it would work. Separate each pig from its neighbor. That separates a ton of them. That separates a lot of them. Not quite. Not quite. See, these two are still together. But that does it. They're all separated. Hey, look at that.
That should do it. Critical thinking is the key to success.
Good job. Made a lot of pigs very happy. I must say I'm very impressed. Here you go then. Some fish bones, as promised. Good luck with the cat. Fish bones. Oh, hey. Who are you? Hehehe. That guy gets so worked up that he turns red like a tomato. He looks so dumb. Well, you're not wrong. I knew something would be in here. Yay, coin. Gimme coin. Go for some juice right about now. You're not the only one. Luke. I could use some juice right now. Hey, I found 3 hit coins. Suck the people then. So I hear you two are in puzzles. I can tell. It's obvious from the way you're ogling those coins. You can smell it, can't you? Well, you're right. There's a puzzle on these coins. Have a look. Oh, I thought you meant the hit coins. Puzzle number 25. Equilateral triangle. Oh no. Oh no. Geometry. No. In drawing below, 10 coins are arranged to form an equilateral triangle. The triangle's pointing up right now, but can you get it? Sorry, I bumped the mic again. I'm sorry. Can you get it to point down by moving 3 of the coins? Move coins around with the stylus. When you're satisfied, press submit. Okay, to get it to point down, I think we'll have to shift the triangle over a bit. And I have to move 3 coins. Almost did it. Not quite. Not exactly. No. Okay. Triangle's pointing up right now. Can you get it to point down by moving 3 of the coins? This one's tricky. They're all tricky. That's the point. Haven, that's the point. Okay. Get the arrow to point down. So getting it to shift from here to pointing down that way doesn't make sense. Let's use one of these as our pointer. However, if you do that, I have to move all 3 down at the bottom, and that's not going to work, is it? Because if I shift all these up here to make 4, see the problem? Yeah. I would need one more to move to do it. No, obviously that's stupid. I would just move this there, which I don't want to do. Well, I'd have an equilateral triangle, wouldn't I? Only I could ignore all these. Bam! See? Done. No. Okay. You flip the position of the base and the top rows of the triangle will point the opposite direction, but moving the rows of the triangle requires you to move 6 coins. Why don't you try moving the base row? So, I do have the right idea of moving the base row. It's obviously not an equilateral triangle. Okay, Haven. I can't keep using hint coins when I need them later in the game. Obviously. Whew, this might be the last puzzle of the day. An angle! Look! See, it's starting to form a triangle pointing down. It doesn't have to point straight down, it can point an angle downward, right? If that's the case... Oh no, that doesn't do it. Doesn't do it, doesn't do it, doesn't do it. Doesn't do it. I don't even know what shape I'm trying to make now. Instead of trying to flip the triangle upside down, I should be trying to make it point downward. Don't really think it's impossible to flip the triangle by moving 3 coins, do you? Come on now. Think about it. You can only move 3 coins. You're dealing with a 3-sided shape. This couldn't be a coincidence, could it? There's the logic I'm obviously missing. God, these puzzles can be tough. I'm not very good at puzzles. But I knew that going into this, that would be a problem. That's why I'm being really liberal with using my hint coins. So it's definitely a matter of moving the base row. They've said that as much. What are my hints again? Okay. If flip the position of the base and the top row of the triangle would point in the opposite direction. But moving the top row of the triangle requires you to move 6 coins. Why don't you try to move the base row? Give me a third hint. There are 3 corners on a triangle. Since the triangle pictured here is pointing upward, only one corner points upward. The other 2 corners point downward. We're trying to reverse the direction of triangles. Why not focus on rearranging the corners? Rearrange the corners so it points down. I still don't get it. Okay, if I could move 4, I would just say boom, 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 boom for no reason, because that wouldn't help. I could move 3. I really can't figure it out. So, we're gonna solve that puzzle later. Well, imagine that. Guess my gut feeling was wrong. I figured you guys would sail through this puzzle. Yeah, thank you. Let's see what he has to say. Hey, it's your first time here, isn't it? Well, if you're looking for a warm meal and a hot cup of tea, you've come to the right place. Strange it would be so empty if food's as good as you say. Hey now, boy, no need to get snippy. Just how the restaurant business is. There are times when the place is packed and times when it's quiet. If there's always the lunch rush, now how would I ever prepare food for the rest of the day? Well, speaking of preparation, I've got a little problem on my hands. You see, I've got to divide this 8-quart pitcher of juice into 2 equal portions. Oh no. Oh no. However, for the life of me, I can't seem to find my missing cup. I wonder if there's a way I could do it using these 5 3/4 pitchers. No! No! Not this one! This puzzle always gets me! Oh no, the pitcher puzzle. 40 picarets. This one, no! Here we have an 8-quart pitcher filled with juice, an empty 5-quart pitcher, and an empty 3-quart pitcher. The pitchers are unmarked, and your task is to divide the 8 quarts of juice so that both the 5-quart pitcher and the 8-quart pitcher are equally holding the exact same 4 quarts. Okay, so like, here's what you would do. Tap that and put it into here. Tap that, put it into here. And then you dump 3 into here, or no, obviously not. See, this specific type of puzzle is one that I've seen before, and it's one that always stumps me bad. I'm sort of just playing around with it to remember how I get the feel for it. Wait! No, that doesn't help. That messed up everything. The key is to get irregular sizes in each of these pictures. And that messed up. That messed everything up. Anytime you have a picture filled to its full size, you've pretty much messed up. I need to get this to 4 and this to 4. There we go. Did it.
That should do it.
Alright. Ending it on a correctly done puzzle. I like that. Well done. If you keep at it long enough, you're sure to come across a solution. The shortest possible solution requires 7 moves. These liquid distribution problems have been around for ages and have been spotted in Japanese texts from hundreds of years ago. The liquid distribution puzzles always get me. Ah, so that's how it's done. Great thinking. Thanks a lot. If I ever get in trouble like this again, would you mind if I call on you for help? Strange Gizmo. Alright, so, we still have his puzzle to do, which we will open up with next time. Meantime, let's add these gizmos. Hey, puppy dog eggs. So, that's it for this Professor Layton stream. I will be streaming again Thursday. We will pick off exactly where we left off, right here. I will be uploading these to YouTube. Once again, thank you everybody who's watched. I didn't have too much interaction with chat because folks didn't want to talk very much, but that's fine. I'll be doing this, and I'll be doing every single DS Layton game. Ideally, Tuesdays, Thursdays, 3 hours each time, and hopefully we'll get through them. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you folks next time.